Yes.
Battle.
How's it doing?
Bro, so I met you, what is it, like almost 2 years ago now?
Yeah, like 2018, I think.
What was the gym name? Because it's different now.
Yo, it was HMC, Hawaii Martial Arts Center.
And now what is it?
Mad Tiger Academy.
Mad Tiger Academy.
It's a whole different gym though. Like
for facts, bro.
Yeah, it's a whole different owner and everything. Yeah. It's like Mad Tiger is like a jiu-jitsu gym. And we have a kickboxing program that's run by my coach, Mikey Mitchell. And HMC was ran by Sensei Haru, who's from Japan.
Yeah.
And he HMC, and that was his thing.
Haru was a real one,
yeah,
bro.
Haru was for real about it.
It was some of my favorite times on this island was when I was living there.
Yeah,
like attached to the gym, right? I would just go train, go live with coach.
Yep.
You feel me?
Didn't you live downstairs?
Yes. Just being in a house full of fighters, bro.
No, yeah.
One of the best experiences I ever had on this island.
For real?
To date, yeah.
No, it's pretty sick.
Because it kind of like, it puts you in the same frame of mind as like when fighters talk about fight camp.
Right, yeah.
Like if you idolize UFC, if you follow it the way I do, you're just hearing about fight camp.
Fight
and you're
camp.
Like, what's that like, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, you found out. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I found out real quick. Yeah.
Dude, sleeping like, bro, literally right, like there's a wall in between the place you sleep and the place you train, and blood, sweat, and tears.
No excuses to not go to practice because you hear ding, 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 and you're just like, oh.
No, yeah, for real.
So you got a fight, bro. You got a fight coming up.
Yup.
When?
That's July 3rd.
July 3rd.
That's this Saturday.
Fuck. You nervous, bro?
Nah, I mean.
Come on, be real.
Nervous? I mean, like, I think when it comes to fighting, it's always okay to be nervous. Like, I feel like if you're not nervous before a fight, that's a bad sign. So I feel nerves, but the thing is, I'm not scared. Okay, like I'm confident.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. There's a big difference between scared and nervous. And I feel like where I am with all the work I've been putting in, like I have no reason to be scared. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready. Like I've been waiting for this, bro. You know how long I've been training for this fight, dog? Not for this fight specifically, but for a fight. You know what I mean?
When was the last time that you had like an actual fight competition?
Last time I had a real legit kickboxing match was in August 10th of 2018. So that was a minute ago. Cause like I was a minor and I was heavy. I was a heavy boy. So there's like no one in here in Hawaii for me to fight. I went into a bunch of different events, but there's just no one for me. Then once I turned 18, COVID
the doors
hit.
open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like right when like all of a sudden all the competition and opportunities, all of a sudden COVID was like, nah.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I turned 18 in January, and I think lockdown happened and was at April. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a Muay Thai match April 14th for Man Up Stand Up, and boom.
Boom. So for you, it must feel like almost like you've been locked up.
No, yeah.
You're ready to go now.
I'm ready, dude. I've come such a far road. You know what I mean? Like my first fight, like I feel like where I messed up is like I used to just retreat a lot. Like we'd be fighting, and instead of me pushing him forward, I was the one always moving back. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really using my hands back then, but that's all changed.
So when did you start?
Okay, that's a funny story. Dude, like, so my freshman year in high school, there's this boy I didn't really like. He was like in my friend group, and he wanted to fight me. And at this point, I was not confrontational at all. So I was just like, nah, bro, I don't want to fight. And he's like, oh, fight me or I'm going to mob you. I'm just like, well, frick, I guess I want to fight then, right?
Right.
I was so scared, bro. I was like, oh, I'm going to get beat up, da-da-da-da. But, like, once I went out there and I felt that sun on my skin, bro, dude, my whole demeanor has changed. And I kind of beat him up. You know, I definitely won. He was basically running away the whole time. And ever since then, I started, like, boxing with my friends in the backyard. And I went to UFC gym, and that's where Mikey Mitchell found me. And I sparred some of the guys in there, and then he hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, hey, I'll train you, dog. And I trained with him for 2 months. I had my first fight after those 2 months training with him.
How old were you when this happened? Like when you actually started, shout out to Mikey, by the way, great guy. But how old were you when you started training with Mikey?
That was my sophomore year in high school. Was the end, so I was probably like
16, somewhere in there.
Yeah. I had my fight when I was 16.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then just up from there.
Up from there, bro.
How many amateur fights now?
That's the thing. I've had like technically 2, but one of them was like a youth development. So there's no headshots, right? So I don't really like count that one. So I've had like one amateur fight, one youth development, and then I'm about to have this next fight coming up this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty sick. Like
again, you're not scared. You're
scared.
Nervous. Big difference, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Do you feel like what do you enjoy more, or what do you prefer? Do you feel like you enjoy the actual martial arts aspect of like fighting, or does the pure violence? Because I know for me specifically, like I'm all about it when it comes to competition.
Right.
Like me and you, we know why we're here. We're about to do this, right?
Right.
But there's an aspect of street fighting and just blatant violence for me that's just like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit freaking, it unsettles me, right? I'm not too prideful to say that. Right. So how do you feel about the whole street violence versus competition thing?
So, okay, I like that question, because like the thing is, like when it comes to in the ring, I love the sport. I love the glory. I love that, like, when you're in the ring, you're with another person who's just as down to fight as you are. You know what I mean? There is no kind of bully aspect to it, or you calling someone out and they don't really want it. You know what I mean? There is
no ego. I mean, there is to a certain extent, but
right.
It's just kind of like we agreed upon this on a sportsmanship level,
right? And
we about to do this.
Exactly. You're gonna go up against someone who's down. They're willing to hurt you. Like they're there to fight. You know what I mean? It's like in the street, like, you know, you can have two people who are mad at each other and they fight, and that's cool and all, but like, you know what I mean? That it's not the same, and it's also extremely dangerous too. Because like that's the thing I like about fighting as a sport, is that like you can go in there and you can shake hands after, and you know, like it stays in the ring. And if you want to fight again, then you can agree on that. You can fight again. But when it comes to the street, you know, you fight someone, you beat them up. Who knows if they're gonna come back with their boys and jump you, you know, stab you, shoot you? Who knows what they're gonna do? You know what I mean?
Facts. Like, or not stop. Period.
Or just not stop.
Right.
Period.
Like if you lose, all of a sudden they're like, nah, I need to take it a step further.
Right.
Because that's my thing, right? Is I feel like a lot of people, they have all this pent up, whatever it is, right? And then what happens is that W, it just can't be there.
Right.
They got to go all the way there.
Yeah.
And show something that really is just like it's a false portrayal of your dominance, right?
Yeah.
Because like people can really die out here.
No, they really can. Yeah, I think it's also the thing is too is, even say you win the fight, who's stopping them from pressing charges? What's stopping them from hitting their head on that cement and dying? You know what I mean? There's too much that can go wrong in the street, and it doesn't have to be with people coming back at you. It could be with the law, you know what I mean? Like, you win this fight, woohoo, and now you're locked up, or you have some kind of like, you know, $2,000 fine or something. You know what I mean? Like
the competition.
Right.
No worries, bro.
Yeah, there's no worries.
It's there.
Yeah.
Contracts, bro.
You're in there, dog.
Yeah. What do you think, in your opinion, is the biggest difference between street fight and competition?
Okay.
Could you bring? I think the ultimate question is: could you bring what you learn or use in the ring, and is it applicable to a street fight?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think when it comes to like the ring and the street, is like the ring, like, you know, you're gonna have a fight coming up, and you should be training consistently. Like, even if you don't have a fight coming up, you should be training. So you should always be ready. And I feel like in the street, it could just be like, you know, it can just happen out of nowhere. It could be against someone like you don't know. It can be like anything. Like, I just feel like in the street, what can go wrong is just like anything can go wrong. You could be fighting, there could be a one-on-one, and someone just jumps in. Someone comes in out of nowhere. So like, you can take everything you learn in the gym, and you can apply it. You can apply it in self-defense in the street, yeah. But you also have to remember is that you're not in the gym, you're not in the ring. You're in a situation where his friends can jump in and take the advantage of you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're by yourself. That's the thing about like jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Is like, I feel like if you're in the street, you don't want to be a grappler. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're fighting someone like in a house for self-defense, like someone breaks into your house and you're fighting and it's one-on-one, oh yeah, that's what's up. But if you're in the street and you're trying to grapple, those boys are gonna jump in and they're gonna stomp you out. That's just how it is.
Pure facts.
Pure facts.
For me, it's just kind of like this, right? Once I started training, right? Once I started to really get into it, I realized this, right? Before, I was all about the ego, right? Okay. No matter what, it's gotta go down.
Right.
He's called me a bitch. It's gotta go down. But once I let go of my ego, right, it was just kind of like I go towards de-escalation 10 times out of 10. Right. Because here's the thing. I'm not too proud to say there's certain situations I'm okay being pussy in.
Okay, yeah.
You feel me?
No, yeah, I feel that. I feel that for sure.
Like, real fighters know it's okay to be pussy in certain situations, bro.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I want to wake up tomorrow. I'm not too proud to say that.
I completely feel that because, like, there will be situations where, like, you really just have to take it on the chin and just let it be because, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there who want to push you. They want to test you. They want to, like, you know, push your boundaries. And if you kind of, like, indulge into that, it can just go down the wrong road for, like, any reason. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. You can let go of that ego. You know what I mean? I feel like my whole life growing up, it's been kind of that a lot of times. And even when I learned how to fight and I was confident and I knew I could take these people out who were pressing me, like I kind of just, you know, I just chilled out. You know what I mean? There's no need.
Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed about myself. Once I started to train, once I got to, I did combative level 2 in the Army. And then once I got to a certain point, I realized that I really don't have anything to prove.
Right, yeah.
Whereas before, I always felt like I had something to prove.
Right.
So I feel like that's something that martial arts really teaches a person. Like, there's a lot of straight up killers out here, bro.
Right.
That skinny dude, bro, to this day, the hardest I've ever been punched was like a 145er. Who was that one freaking white kid? He was like between 145, 165 at the old gym.
Oh, Brandon. It's Brandon. I know for sure you're talking about Brandon.
Bro, Brandon cracked me, bro. And I'll never forget it.
Brandon was good.
Brandon was fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, bro, he's out here in the streets. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about the physicality. It's not just about like freaking muscles and being intimidated and scared by that.
Right.
Bro, Brandon cracked me. And after that, I was like, hold up, bro.
Yeah, it was a game changer.
Yeah, you sparred with him?
Oh, bro, plenty. That was one of my favorite sparring partners back at HMC. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so small. He was smaller than me, but like I knew how to get good work with him because he's good. His boxing was really good, and he was very knowledgeable when it came to fighting. Yeah.
Something that I noticed in the gym that's kind of like, I don't know if it's like frustrating or if it's good or what to think about it. I want to get your take. But it's basically, you know, you're usually going to be the bigger guy in the gym in comparison, right? So what happens is you're not going to go 100 sparring.
Right.
But I kind of feel like the smaller guys see you as bigger. So they're just kind of like, well, that means I could go 100 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever encounter that in the gym?
Plenty. Like, all the time. Especially like with Coach Mikey, because I'm bigger than him. Like he's gonna hit me. You know what I mean? And I like it because like since I know he's gonna hit me, he's gonna try to close the distance. Like I gotta play to my strength, my speed, my length. I gotta boom move. You know, stick him, hit him with the straight punches. So like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of always been like that. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it helps both of us, both sides.
That danger aspect. Because the last time we trained on Friday, the last sparring session I had was with that one guy, freaking handsome dude. He was shorter though. Cody, right? Cody, I got him good with one leg kick, and then he was like, I saw the switch in his head. He was like, okay. And then Cody just started going for it, bro. And I was just kind of like, bro, I get it. I'm bigger, but relax.
No, yeah. I remember watching you guys spar too. It's just like, all right.
Yeah, he was going for it, bro. He was going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Where do you want to go with this, though? I mean, obviously, the ladder, the peak, obviously, is the UFC.
Of
right?
course.
That's the pinnacle.
Of course.
Even if you're in Bellator 1.
Right. You
the peak is UFC.
That's where you get that.
So
you know what I mean?
For you personally, where do you want to go with this?
So speaking past the UFC, like I say like end goal is I'd love to be a commentator on the UFC.
For real.
Bro, going past UFC, retired, got my belt, defended it 20 times, you know what I mean? I want to be a commentator. I want to have my own gym. I want to own my own promotion. Those are things I want to do. Those are like my long-term goals. You know what I mean?
Smart. Right.
Yeah.
Because you could only do the damn thing for so long.
Yeah.
It's fighting. You could only do it for so long, especially if you get into wars, like, you know?
Yeah.
And, I'm giving you rounds with the commentary. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
I'm
for
training
real.
you up. No, that's super smart. So you want to get as far as you can with this though. Like you're all in.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. When you see for instance, when you see people like Max Holloway, right?
Okay.
BJ Penn, right? True representatives of Hawaii, right? Do you feel like you will if you branch outside of here, you feel like you will make it a point to carry that with you?
Oh, for sure.
For sure?
Yeah, for sure. Team 808, for sure.
You were born here, or you later on?
That's the thing. I wasn't born in Hawaii. I got here when I was like in 8th grade in middle school. But the thing is just like I grew up. It feels like I grew up here. You know what I mean? Like I got here at the end of middle school, start of high school. You know, I've done the most growing here. I've met the most people, created the most family. You know what I mean? Like this is like Hawaii is kind of like where everything started up for me. You know what I mean? Hawaii is kind of like where I found myself when it comes to fighting, who I am. Like I've done the most growing here, mentally and physically. You feel me?
Right.
Like
that, that's important that you said that, because that 8th grade, right? Stuff like that. That's the developmental stage. That's where you start to hone in on who you actually are, right? I mean, people grow, like for me personally, right?
Right.
I was born, sure, in New York City, but a lot of my coming of age era was in upstate New York, in cities in upstate New York. So for me, it's just kind of like I feel that 100%, because could I really claim 100% this?
Right.
Or do I have to give tribute to where I really developed who I was?
Exactly.
To now.
No, yeah.
Did you have issues when you first got here though?
Yeah, I had a little bit. Like when I first got here, cause like I was kind of annoying. I kind of talked a lot, and I guess didn't know where my cap was. So it's just like, I don't know. Some of the kids didn't like me that much, but as time went on, I kind of like started to like get the feel of everything, and everyone started to get the feel of me. I kind of like got my name out there a little bit in my school and just everything around. You know what I mean? Like, do you know the Instagram page Kid Brands?
Kid Brand? No.
It's kind of it's not called Kid Brands anymore. That's why it's kind of old. But like I got my name on there a couple times too. Like I kind of just like really fermented myself, and I started to get more respect for my peers. Especially when I got into fighting. Like when I got in that first fight I told you about, the kid who was like calling me out. When I did that, people were like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Hawaii, if people don't know, Hawaii is a hub for MMA.
Oh yeah,
it is really, people think about beaches, people think about malls. No, it's a hub for fighters. People do it for fun. People get drunk and beat up Howleys for fun. You feel me? Like, so that's tough.
It's tough.
That's tough, bro. So people don't really realize this is a mecca for freaking fighting. It's a really dope place. A lot of talent out here, bro. A lot of talent, and there's a lot of more UFC fighters. I mean, it's hard to live up to like Max Holloway or BJ Penn. You feel me? But
pinnacle right there.
Yeah, that's where everybody wants to be. So freaking fight this Saturday, right? Zerski. Who do you know your opponent? Like how does that all work?
So my opponent, his name is Bryce. No disrespect, kind of forgot his last name. But he's a former champion, I think at like 225 or like 245 for, I think, pretty sure man up and stand up.
What weight class you guys fighting in right now?
There's no weight class for this. I'm going in at like 192. He's gonna come in somewhere between 220 and 240. Yeah, that's why cause this fight is it's just it is what it is, bro. I'm taking the fight. I'm trying to get my points in. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to wait around any longer.
Well, the good thing as a smaller person, right? It's kind of a win-win situation because people kind of expect you to lose if he does come in like 240, right?
Yeah, heavy, yeah.
But if you get the knockout,
oh my god,
yeah,
you
already know.
We're in there.
You already know.
Fucks yeah.
Yeah, that's dope though. That's so freaking dope. So, let the people know where can they reach you at? Where can they find you at? What's your plugins?
No, yeah. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, it's at king_battle89. I'll say it one more time. At king_battle89. That's my Instagram, so you can hit me up there. Follow my journey. The fight is gonna be at Mad Tiger Academy. It's in Wahiwa. It's gonna be at like 10 o'clock. So yeah.
By the time we put this out, unfortunately, the fight will already be. Hey, but still, seriously though, and no bullshit. You are one of the most talented people I met on this island. Not just because of the fighting, but your charisma. I freaking see your IG. You got. You know when people say the it.
Yeah.
You feel me? No clowns, no clown shit. No, for real. You have the it.
Thank you.
So please, check him out for sure. And then I'm gonna be at your fight.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And I freaking can't wait. So yeah, check him out. And then also all the information will be in the video description below. Battle. Good talking to you, bro.
Good talking to you too, brother.
We're doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with their peers.